Life challenges, we all have them. I've had my share, and I know you have as well. But I believe that we all came here, our souls chose to come here to this three-dimensional earth plane to challenge ourselves, almost like a game where you rise, you beat this level, then you have the next level, and you beat that level, and it's fun because it's hard. So I think if life didn't have challenges, we would be bored. What would the point be, really, of being here? But I was reminded the other day of another reason why I'm grateful for my own personal challenges. I was teaching a class. I teach adults. I teach Korean adults English online. And we often start the class with a little free talk, just how's it going, what's up? And I asked the student, this was a new student I had never worked with before, I asked her, how are you today? And she said, I'm sad. And I said, oh no, what's wrong? And she told me that her dog had died. And she was very teary-eyed. And because I've been through this same situation a couple of times, I was able to empathize with her, to talk to her about it with compassion, and to, I think, make her feel better by the end of the 20-minute session. We didn't get to the book at all in this lesson because I felt like I should just talk to her about how sad she was, the loss she felt of her beloved baby. She said she had a Maltese, and it was their family's baby, and they would take the Maltese camping a lot on the weekends. Her dad had basically customized an RV, and they enjoyed going together as a family camping, and the dog loved to go camping. And she was tearing up and crying as she talked about her dog. And I was able to tell her that I understand, I know how sad it is. It's one of the saddest things I've ever been through in my life. I never cried as much as I cried when my dog died. My little Lucy, who was a Shih Tzu and the sweetest little girl in the world, she had some type of stroke, ended up paralyzed, but she could still move her head, and I could see in her eyes that she was scared. And I had to hold her little paw and comfort her as the veterinarian administered the shot to put her out of her misery and her fear. And I held her paw, and I was like, it's okay, baby, I'm here. And she closed her eyes. The doctor said, she's gone. And it was like someone turned on a hose on my face. It was like, I've never flooded my face with tears as much as I did at that moment. And both my parents have died. And I cried a little for my parents, but I cried more for my dog. And I was able to let her know that I understood why she was sad, and she's still sad. And I said, I cried probably every day for a week. I would be walking down the street, all of a sudden I would think about Lucy, and I would just start crying. And I remember being in the shower one day. I'm in the shower, and all of a sudden I think about Lucy, and I start crying. And that happened for a while, at least a week. And she asked me how I got over it, how I got past it. And I said, honestly, it's really important to feel sad. You feel sad, it's okay, cry. Cry as much as you need to, because you need to feel your feelings. But also, and I told her, we all have different beliefs about life and what happens after we die. But personally, I believe we are all souls. The soul never dies. The body dies, but the soul never dies. And the same goes for our beloved pets. And I told her I had seen a video. I do watch a lot of near-death experience videos where people have died, technically been dead, and brought back to life. And they often say that they travel to this other realm. And I remember one person talking about seeing all his loved ones who had passed, as well as his beloved pets who had passed, their souls, and just feeling so much love and joy, being reunited. And I told her, I don't know what you believe or what anyone else believes, but that's what I believe, and that helps me personally to know that my dog was very sad and scared and in pain, and then she's no longer in pain, and her soul is free and pain-free and enveloped in love, and I will see that soul again. And that helps me. Also, she didn't want to go back to work, and she said, I don't think I can work. I can't concentrate on my work. And I did suggest sometimes keeping busy is a good thing, because if you're going to not be working and all you can think about is your loss, sometimes after a certain period of time, when you have given yourself time to cry and mourn, getting back to work can actually be a good thing to keep your mind occupied, get back into routine. She talked about her boyfriend wanting to go out somewhere this weekend with her and do something, like go get dinner or something. And I said, yes, definitely. If you feel up to it, go do something fun with your boyfriend. And I told her honestly that I still feel sad when I really think about Lucy dying, but it's nowhere near the grief I was feeling when it first happened. She said she felt better. She said that my words helped her, and that she honestly felt better after our lesson, which wasn't really a lesson. It was more like a therapy session. But so if I never had that experience, I would have never been able to help someone else who had that experience. So in that way, I really think that sometimes our challenges that we're able to overcome are such a gift, because it's a gift that we can pass on to others. And nothing feels better to me than helping somebody else. And that's one thing I like about this job, is I can encourage people and help people. And my former job, when I was just standing in a store waiting for people to come in so I could sell them some linen bedding, it just felt kind of empty, even though conversations with customers, friendly banter was good. And you can always brighten someone's day with a compliment or a smile. But for me, this job is really fulfilling, even though it's not a highly paying job. And that's a little off the subject, but just remember, any challenge you have, you came here to be challenged. Challenges that you have succeeded and solved and gotten past, those are such gifts that you have to give. And I'm sure if you think about it, you have so many stories that you can tell that will help others. And I hope that you will share those and don't just hold on to them, because it's the gift that keeps giving in that way.